Hello everyone. Today is the day that I am going to be planting out in my new food forest. So I got all my trees and my shrubs and my fruit bushes, and I am going to be planting them in the area that I mulched out. That's going to be my food forest. So if you want a little bit more background, check out my video I posted. I'll link to it here and in the description box about why I'm starting a food forest and some of the details of like what my plans are. But today we're going to be planting, and it's a beautiful sunny day, early March, and I'm really excited. I got my trees from a mixture of the local nursery and Tree Eater nursery on Denman Island, and so everything's come in, and it's time to get planting, so let's go. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. I got this from the nursery. This is a Desert King fig. I'm going to use it to replace the fig that I have now. Huge lesson in picking the right variety the first time. I picked a pretty bad variety of fig to begin with. So luckily this guy was only $32. So I'm going to dig this one up, maybe just put it in a container for now and replace it with the variety I should have gotten the first time around that's much better suited for my climate. And this tree right here that I'm planting is, I'm really excited about it. It is a frost peach. It's a dwarf frost peach. We also have right here black currants. We have Polaris blueberries and also bluecrop blueberries as well. My soil's naturally very acidic, so I'm hoping I won't have to amend it too much, but I do love blueberries, so gonna give these a try. I'm gonna open the package that I got from Tree Eater Nursery on Denman, and hopefully I got all of the trees and bushes that I ordered. So let's open this guy up and see what we have here. Honeyberry Blue Moon, the haskap berries. It's already starting to bud and leaf out of it, so I've got to get this guy in the ground right away. Other haskap, this one is Blue Sea variety. So I'm going to find a spot for this. Wait a second, what's going on here? Okay, same bag, but I have my Juliet dwarf cherry and my pink currants. This guy is my Romeo dwarf cherry. So I think that's everything I ordered. So I got everything I ordered, which is great. So it's time to plant it. Everyone's here, ready to go over here into the food forest. There are some ominous looking clouds on the horizon, so I should probably plant these guys. Forgot to mention, I'm going to be using this Pro Mix stem root rooting powder. I don't really know how much it does, but I got it to try it, so I'm going to use this for transplanting. I took out my old fig and I'm putting him here. Obviously I'm going to fix this. I'm going to try him in the container because I don't particularly want this variety. I'm going to replace him with the new fig I have here. First I'm going to save some of these plants that I want to keep. They're just like right where this guy's gonna go, so I'm gonna relocate some of the plants I want to keep already in here. I'm trying to plant the fig at the very least 12 feet from my dwarf tree, my dwarf peach. So we're at 12 feet, like right here. I think that'll be okay. So much worms in the soil. There's so much organic material in here. This root rot, should they come off like this? Let me know. There's some circling roots here, so I'm just teasing apart the roots a bit so that they don't circle around. That's not what I want. That's what happened to my other fig too. I think it's worth it. Okay, so these roots I teased out, I'm going to try to disperse a bit and make sure, you know, they're going in a good direction here. So trying to get it pretty much level. Let's dig out a bit more dirt. I'm trying to get it level to the ground here. Okay, so I'm not actually going to backfill with compost. I read that's not the best idea because you want to encourage the roots to kind of explore. So I am going to backfill with native soil. So I think we're at a good level. I can feel where the soil level is, and it's pretty much right at soil level. Make sure that this isn't very too deep here. Looks, there's some roots there, so it looks like it's at a good level. Here is some of the kind of seaweed and mulch mixture that I had on the old tree. Just kind of top dress with that, with some grass clippings. Time for the peach. This guy is a dwarf frost peach. Let's check our spacing. All right, we're about 12, 13 feet away from the fig. Hoping that'll be good. Okay, so the peach tree came with, I think it's just a bare root tree that got put in a bunch of compost. So I don't want to backfill actually with the compost that's in here. It's really nutrient heavy, and I want there to be some native soil in there too. So I'm going to take out some of this compost, use it on my other plants, and do a little bit more native soil. Okay, that really took forever, but it's in. I'm tired. I need to take a little break here. But the frost peach is in. Okay, I have these black currants, and I don't know if I should put them in this spot. This spot is like a little shady right now, but it does get summer sun, so I think I'm gonna plant these there with maybe a haskap. But yeah, it's getting planted out, which is so exciting. So I have the dwarf cherry here. It's so small, but it'll get like to be like 5 or 6 feet. And then the Saskatoon berry, the fig is in, and the peach tree is in. I'll give you guys a full tour once I've finished planting everything out, but I still have the blueberries to go, the haskaps, and one more currant. This is a little bit of a mind game trying to figure out how to fit everything in here. Okay, what the hell is this? I was digging this hole and there's like wood at the bottom. What? This is under lawn before I just sheet mulched it this year. Is that wood? That is so weird. Okay, so I'm halfway through, well, around halfway through planting the food forest out, and it's really exciting. I've been waiting a while to do this, and I just kind of want to take a moment and soak in kind of the excited feelings. And there's like a lot of stuff still really small, so it's going to be definitely like a lesson impatience. It's going pretty well. I hope I don't have to move too much stuff around because I changed my mind. I haven't really planted out much of like the guilds yet, so I will get to that. It's a little too early to plant some of the seedlings. And another kind of thing too is a lot of my trees, besides the fig and the peach, they're like really small, especially the berries, like the Saskatoons. They're like this big, and mostly because I couldn't source a bigger version of it. And I don't have like a huge budget for this, so I'm starting really small, but they're supposed to get up to be like 11 to 15 feet tall eventually. So I'm just gonna have to wait a long time, and hopefully that will allow them to be a little bit healthier as they start small in their space and kind of grow within the same space they're going to be staying. So I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm going to try to think up where I'm gonna put these haskaps and where I'm gonna put the blueberries, because I feel like I'm running low on spots right now. Like there's plenty of room in my yard, it's just like the areas I've already mulched and dedicated to the food forest is like starting to get a little tight in terms of like spacing for mature size. So I'm sure I could find a spot, but I think it's going to be in one of my other beds, not the little island beds in the middle, but we'll see. Right, it's been a few days later, but I'm going to give you a quick tour of the future food forest. So I made this new stepping stone path here in this garden bed where we can see our very first shrub. This is where I planted the honeyberry, the blue sea honeyberry, haskap berry. Right here, easy access from my cider door. Then as we go through here, we see one of the first, we see one of the first blueberries, which is the Polaris blueberry. Yeah, this guy, I got him set up on drip irrigation. And then the other one is over here. We have the bluecrop blueberry, and this one's kind of easy access for picking as well. I've mulched both of them with cedar needles and leaf mulch, hoping, I don't know if that will do much to the acidity, but I think they'll like the mulch regardless. We have pretty acidic soil here in British Columbia, so I'm going to see how they do without adding anything else for acidity. All right, and then let's take a look at the food forest from this direction here. So there's kind of some main beds. There's this bed, there's this island bed, and this island bed here. And we'll start here. All right, so this guy right here, take a look. This is the frost peach. This is a dwarf frost peach. And this is where everything in the guild is going to be. So we already have a few things in here. There's rhubarb, and not much right now because it's March. We got Pearly Everlasting for pollinator attractors. What else do we've got in here? Wild yarrow as well for pollinator attractors. There's alfalfa right here for nitrogen fixing. We've got some strawberries going for ground cover. So we're working on filling this up with the guild, but it's still a little bit too early here. And then right here, this is a Desert King fig. It's right on the edge here. I might extend this bed out a little bit more. And so then in this bed, we have Saskatoon berry. It's super small, but it is a native berry. So I thought that was kind of cool to bring in the native element. Right here's the other haskap berry. So this is the Blue Moon haskap berry. And here is our dwarf cherry tree. So it's really small right now, but hopefully we'll get bigger. And as well, I am going to interplant this with artichoke as it gets a little bit warmer here. And going over here, we have this bed right here. So this is the Gravenstein apple I've already planted. Planted this last fall, but I'm starting to fill out this bed slowly. So right here is a salmonberry. Salmonberry is a native berry here in BC. It does require a lot of water, so I'm not sure how well it's going to do here, but we're going to give it a try. And then over here, I am slowly starting the ground cover. So we have wild strawberry. There's some garlic chives here. I'm not sure if they'll last. And And then black currant has been planted here. I also don't know if this is going to be a good spot for it because it's kind of shady, but we'll see. Then the last thing I want to show you here is the pink currant that I planted. And this one, I think it'll like it here. It gets morning sun. So set up on drip. So I'm excited to see this guy come out. So this is how everything's looking. I've got some more plants back here, but technically this is going to be my food forest area. It doesn't look like much now, but I think it'll look pretty good. So thank you guys for watching.